Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. 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 When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. 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 Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Prayer is power. When you pray, then you are in touch with your higher consciousness. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Pray. Pray. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. Prayer is power. What are you going to do? Pray. Pray. Pray.
Welcome, everyone, to Dr. Pillai's Religion of Religions YouTube channel. Today is Friday, October 7th, 2022, and we're about to do an in-depth planetary puja using the chart of now, based on my current location, which at the moment is in New Mexico. My name is Swamini Valli. I am a Pillai Center teacher and an AstroVed astrologer, and I'm hosting these calls Monday through Friday on this channel. Dr. Pillai has explained to us that the planets and the stars are more than just objects in outer space. There's also a divine light being associated with all of them. And in doing this puja, we are connecting with these light beings and inviting their blessings to flow into us and into our world. We're using the chart of now as represented in a South Indian style chart layout. And today is Friday, which means there's another program coming up right after this one that's going to need to use the Zoom channel. So we will go through the puja today without as much perhaps explanation or talk as we do on some of the other days. We're kind of heads down doing the puja on Friday. So welcome. I have the chart of now drawn in chalk on a blackboard on a side table. I also have a little container of water, a lit tea light, a bell, a hand fan, and a bowl of fresh flower petals that I'll use during the puja. I'm going to start by taking the container of water and sticking my ring finger into it on the right hand, sprinkling a few drops of water on each side of the blackboard chart, representing the four corners, sprinkling some drops of water on top of myself, and sending a few drops of water out into space towards all of you, whether you're watching it live or watching it later on a replay, so that we're all participating in a sense of being in sacred ground, being a bit purified for this puja. We start with first invoking Ganesha, the archetype who removes obstacles and who is also a patron of astrology. Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang, Om Shring Gang. We ask Ganesha to come and to remove all obstacles from this puja, and we thank him for his help with this. Now, we do a short Tamil chant asking all of the planets to be beneficial towards us. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Avar Kumikave. Asura Nalla Nalla, Ave Nalla Nalla, Atiyar Avar Kumikave. We ask all of the planets to be beneficial today towards us and towards our world. We thank Saint Yanasamunda for teaching this chant, and we are grateful to Dr. Pillai for sharing it with us. Now we're going to honor some of the various time elements that are active right now. The planet that rules the day, the star that the moon is in, the Tithi or the moon phase, the planet that's ruling the hour in my local area, and the yoga and the Karana time elements. We start with the planet that rules the day. Today is Friday, ruled by Venus. As I say Namaha, I am putting a flower petal on top of Venus on the blackboard chart. Flowers have an esoteric quality. They have so much purity that when we hold them, when we're doing a prayer or a mantra, they take the vibration and they send it straight into the causal plane or into the Akash level and update our Akashic record. We're grateful to the flower petals for their help with this. I honor Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the star that the moon is in. The moment the moon is in a star called Purva Bhadrapada, I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada happens to be Dr. Pillai's birth star. When the moon is in his star, it's actually easier for us to connect with him inwardly. Now we honor the Tithi or the moon phase, the moment we are in the 13th waxing moon in my local area, called Trayodasi. I put the flower petals on top of the moon. Om Trayodasi Devye Namaha. Om Trayodasi Devye Namaha. Om Trayodasi Devye Namaha. Now we honor the planet that's ruling the hour in my local area, that's Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. For the yoga and the Karana, Dr. Pillai said we would not use flower petals. We would just say their names 3 times each. The yoga that's active right now is one called Ganda, which has energies that can be troublesome. Ganda, Ganda, Ganda. And the Karana that's active right now is one called Taitula, which has energies that are steady. Taitula, Taitula, Taitula. Now we turn our attention to the chart of the moment. Dr. Pillai said we would start with honoring, looking at whatever sign is the ascendant sign. This is represented here in the chart with AC. And right now it's Tula or Libra that's coming up on the eastern horizon in my local area. He said we would start by honoring the planet that rules the ascendant sign. And in this case, that's Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Then starting in the ascendant, we're going to go around the chart looking at each sign that has planets in it. The ascendant today has Ketu in it, so we honor Ketu, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Om Ketave Namaha. Ketu is in a star called Vishaka, a star of triumph and victory. I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Om Vishakaye Namaha. Vishaka star is ruled by a pair of archetypes, Indra and Agni. Indra can give blessings for leadership and courage, and Agni can give blessings for transformation and purification. We honor them, and I put the flower petals on Ketu. Om Indra Agniye Namaha. Om Indra Agnihe Namaha. Om Indra Agnihe Namaha. The Shaka star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Tula or Libra, a sign of balance and harmony, today containing Ketu, the saintly planet. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Makara or Capricorn, which today contains Pluto retrograde and Saturn retrograde. When planets are retrograde, they are extra powerful. We start with honoring Pluto, and for him we use the mantra Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Om Krum Kruntankaya Namaha. Pluto is in a star called Uttara Ashada, a star that can give blessings for long-lasting success. I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Uttara Ashadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Ashadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Ashadaye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the 10 Visvadevas, 10 archetypes who each embody a unique, divine, universal principle. We ask for blessings from all 10 of them, and I put the flower petals on Pluto. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Om Visvadevasye Namaha. Uttarashada star is ruled by the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Now we honor Saturn for being in Capricorn. He too is retrograde today. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Saturn is in a star called Dhanishta, a star that can give blessings for prosperity, music, good reputation. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Om Dhanishtaye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by the 8 Vasus, 8 light beings who each rule different spheres of existence. We honor all 8 of them, and I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Om Vasusye Namaha. Dhanishta star is ruled by Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Capricorn, which is Saturn. I put the flower petals on him. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Makara or Capricorn, a sign that can activate ancient past life skills and abilities, today containing Pluto, who helps with rationality and science, and Saturn, who helps with patience, perseverance, structure, and compassion. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Kumbha or Aquarius, which today contains the moon and Neptune, who is retrograde. We start with honoring the moon. I put the flower petals on him. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. The moon and Neptune are in the same star, so I'm going to honor Neptune next, and then we'll do the star. I put the flower petals on Neptune, and the mantra is Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Om Vam Varunaye Namaha. Both the moon and Neptune retrograde are in a star called Purva Bhadrapada. This is Dr. Pillai's own birth star, and it's a star that helps with purification. I put the flower petals across the moon and Neptune. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Purva Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada's star is ruled by Aja Ekapada, an archetype who can help us experience deeper levels of stillness, silence, and forgiveness. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Om Aja Ekapadaye Namaha. Purva Bhadrapada's star is ruled by Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kumbha or Aquarius, the most humanitarian and service-minded of all the zodiac signs, today containing the moon, which is our mind and our emotions, and Neptune, a planet that helps with intuition and helps us to understand our own inner life. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Meena or Pisces, which today contains Jupiter, who is also retrograde. We honor Jupiter, and I put the flower petals on him. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Jupiter is in the star Uttara Bhadrapada. Dr. Pillai says this is a star that helps with business development. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Om Uttara Bhadrapadaye Namaha. Uttara Bhadrapada's star is ruled by an archetype called Ayurbundiya. He helps with guarding treasures and valuables. We ask him to guard our treasures and valuables, including our treasure that is the very earth itself. Om Arbundiyaye Namaha. Om Arbundiyaye Namaha. Om Arbundiyaye Namaha. Uttara Bhadrapada's star is ruled by Saturn. I put the flower petals on Saturn. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Om Sanisharaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Pisces, which is Jupiter. I put the flower petals on Jupiter. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. Om Gurave Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Mina or Pisces, the most transcendental and metaphysical of all the zodiac signs, today containing Jupiter, a planet who helps with everything related to spirituality. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Mesha or Aries, which today contains Rahu and Uranus, who is retrograde. Both Rahu and Uranus are in the same star, so I'll invoke both the planets before I invoke the star. We start with Rahu. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Om Rahave Namaha. Next, we honor Uranus. For him, we use the mantra Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Hram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Om Ram Prajapataye Namaha. Both Rahu and Uranus are in a star called Bharani, a star with a tremendous amount of divine feminine Shakti or energy or power. We honor Bharani, and I place the flower petals across Rahu and Uranus. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Om Bharaniye Namaha. Bharani's star is ruled by Yama. Among other things, he is an archetype of justice. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Om Yamaye Namaha. Bharani's star is ruled by Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Aries, which is Mars. I put the flower petals on him. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Mesha or Aries, a fire sign with very active energies, today containing Rahu, planet that helps us to think outside the box, and Uranus, planet that helps with high intelligence, success in life, and even helps with astrology. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Vrishabha or Taurus, which today contains Mars. We honor Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Mars is in a star called Mrgashira, a star that helps us to be willing to try new things, to have the curiosity for fresh adventures, perhaps a new job or a new home, perhaps having new experiences. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mrgashiraye Namaha. Om Mrgashiraye Namaha. Om Mrgashiraye Namaha. Mrgashira star is ruled by Soma, a liquefied form of the moon, as a sacred drink, a sacred nectar, Amrita, the nectar of immortality. We honor Soma, and I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Somaye Namaha. Om Somaye Namaha. Om Somaye Namaha. Mrgashira star is ruled by Mars. I put the flower petals on Mars. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Om Mangalaya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Taurus, which is Venus. I put the flower petals on Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Vrishabha or Taurus, a grounded and luxury-loving sign, today containing Mars, a planet that likes to take practical action to solve problems. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. The next Rasi or sign with the planet in it is Kanya or Virgo, which today contains Mercury, Venus, and the Sun. We start with honoring Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Mercury is in a star called Uttar Palguni, a star with energy for relationships. We honor this star, and I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Uttar Palgunaye Namaha. Om Uttar Palgunaye Namaha. Om Uttar Palgunaye Namaha. Uttar Palguni star is ruled by Aryaman, an archetype who rules contracts, honor, integrity, keeping one's word. We honor him, and I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Om Aryamanye Namaha. Uttar Palguni star is ruled by the sun. I put the flower petals on the sun. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Next, we're going to honor Venus and the sun before we invoke the star, as they're both in the same star today. I start with Venus. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Om Shukraya Namaha. Next, we honor the sun for being in Virgo. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Om Suryaya Namaha. Venus and the sun are both in a star called Hasta, a star symbolized as an open hand and blessing. I put the flower petals across Venus and the sun. Om Hastaye Namaha. Om Hastaye Namaha. Om Hastaye Namaha. Hasta is ruled by Savitur, a form of the sun which is very interested in the evolution of human consciousness. Savitur actually has the ability to help stretch our minds so that we can absorb higher truths. We honor Savitur, and I put the flower petals across Venus and the sun. Om Saviturye Namaha. Om Saviturye Namaha. Om Saviturye Namaha. Hasta star is ruled by the moon. I put the flower petals on the moon. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Om Chandraya Namaha. Now we honor the planet that rules Virgo, which is Mercury. I put the flower petals on Mercury. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. Om Buddhaya Namaha. We pause for a moment and reflect on Kanya or Virgo, the most detail-oriented and analytical of all the zodiac signs, today containing Mercury, planet of communication, and also the planet that helps us to manage all the details in our daily life. Venus, planet that helps with happiness and enjoyment of material plane comforts, as well as enjoyment of the arts. And the sun, which represents our soul and is also so important for our health and our self-esteem. We pause for a moment and reflect on this. Now I take a lit tea light and I hold it above the chart, above the chalkboard chart that has all the little flower petals piled on it. I hold the tea light in the air and I circle it around the chart 3 times in a clockwise direction, offering the element of light to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked. Next, I take a hand fan and I wave it around the chart 3 times, offering the element of air and a cooling breeze. And finally, I take a bell to ring around the chart 3 times, offering the element of sound. Now I make prayer hands and make a sincere prayer to all of these divine beings that we have just invoked, asking them for their blessings for all of us and for our families, our friends, our colleagues, our neighbors, our homes, our workplaces, our schools, our communities, our countries, and indeed the entire world. May everyone on this planet have healthy food to eat, clean water to drink, a safe place to live, clean air to breathe, good clothes to wear, access to health care, good education, sustainable jobs, and may everyone on this planet have love in their life, now and always. I pray for enlightened leaders, enlightened citizens, enlightened laws, enlightened countries, and entire enlightened civilizations. I ask for blessings for all of my teachers, past, present, and to come. And I ask for blessings for all of my students, past, present, and to come. You can go ahead and make your own personal prayers for about a minute, and then we can do very short Q&A. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Peace to the body, peace to the mind, peace to the soul, peace to the environment, Peace, peace, peace. May we all go about our day or our evening in peace. Thank you very much for joining us. I truly appreciate your participation and your support. Right now, we have time for a very short Q&A period. If you have a question, I will do my best to answer it, but it does need to be short today because Ronnie will need the Zoom link for doing another program, which is coming right up after this one. So I'll be checking the chat to see if you have questions. Ranak is saying, what are the 8 spheres ruled by the 8 Vasus that were mentioned in the prayer? Ranak, I can explain that on Monday. I don't want to take the time for that. And to be honest, I'm not sure I can remember all 8 of them off the top of my head, but I will look that up in my materials and I will give you that answer on Monday, if that's okay with you. So 8 Vasus will be clarified for you on Monday, and possibly I can list the 10 Visvadevas as well, what the divine principles are that they each embody. So I will do that for Monday. Good question. And I will bring you that answer on Monday. Okay. Any other question today? All right. All right. Well, thank you again for being here. We're doing this Monday through Friday on this channel. We do ask that you consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel, as it does help YouTube algorithm to present this channel in the homepage to other people. And Dr. Pillai does want for this channel to have a chance to grow. So thank you all. Namaste to everyone. The light in me honors the light in all of you. May light encompass all.